What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Noah is officially back. He's feeling better. We'll get to that. But first, we got to remind you this podcast is presented by Macy's. It is the gift-giving season. It is holiday season, and it's time to pick up those last-minute gifts, okay? It's not early anymore. We're not early shopping anymore. You are literally right around the corner, and you got to get it done now. Honestly, I just made a video about 2 gifts that I think are perfect for a guy in your life: slippers and cologne. You can't go wrong. You put the slippers in front of their face, they start wearing them. Cologne, maybe they have a signature scent, get them a refill. Maybe you want to try new ones out. I think those 2 gifts are perfect for a gift-giving season.
And I thought I kind of did something with the other side of that too, is like scents are always great, because in my mind I'm like, for girls, perfume and handbags. Mm-hmm. You know?
They go hand in
They
hand.
do.
They
They
can't
do.
go wrong
They
with
do.
that. And right now you can go to Macy's.com. There's curated gift guides for different price points, whatever you're looking for, beauty brands, something nifty and handy, whatever it may be. Macy's is here to help you out.
Kitchen stuff. Maybe you have your eye on like a nice Le Creuset that you've been dreaming of. Maybe there's a color that you've been dreaming of.
I am dreaming of that.
You want to put it in your kitchen. Macy's has got that. Your favorite beauty products, Macy's got that. Even just home decor, great decorating, get cozy, maybe some Christmas blankets, some Christmas decor, ornaments. Like I said the other day, I hung up my Just Married ornament that's from Macy's, makes for a great gift as well. So Macy's.com/gift guide, that'll really help you out and guide you in the right direction for who you're looking for.
Yeah, so go shop. Now is the time to do it. Noah, welcome back. How are we feeling?
Thanks, guys. It feels like it's been forever.
I know. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling skinny. And I've gotten, I don't know if people are saying it to be nice, but I have gotten a few comments.
As soon as I saw you, I was like, looking slim, bro.
Yeah. No, it was a rough day or so.
You feeling light on your feet?
Yeah. Yeah, like I really still haven't eaten like anything since it all
Well, I hope you can
started.
hope you can get back to that.
I
wanna
don't think I'll ever eat sushi again.
Yeah, don't give too many details because people listening, they might get
I think we did
squeamish.
I think we did also scare people, because we said, like, people were like, oh my God, like we didn't say allergic reaction, but people like thought allergic reaction, and it wasn't.
We would have said allergic reaction.
Yeah, like if you
Yeah, no.
if you were in the hospital because of a peanut situation.
So what do you think?
But-
it was sushi?
I think it was sushi. So I ate sushi like probably like 9:30, 10ish on Sunday night. Good amount.
Already a red flag. in
I
my
always
mind.
eat late.
I know.
But-
You're a lady. You're a late eater. You stay up late.
Yeah. And I've ordered from this place like many times. Got like normal order, all tuna related sushi. And then I went in, and then I also was like, let me just go all the way in. And I ordered Insomnia cookies. So I got 4 cookies from Insomnia, which I didn't want to get 4, I wanted to get 3. But the way that they set up their deals,
Yeah.
I'm like,
There could have been
it's like 3 for 1. I'm like, all right, I have to get 4. So I
could have been
got,
some other factors coming into play here. Then
yeah,
you know?
maybe like they all mixed together.
Yeah,
and
it's just a bad combo.
But so I ate that, then I had some like popcorn. So I was like, I looked like Santa. I was so bloated. So, I mean, I get bloated like when I go in like that, it happens. So
I love how much emphasis you're putting on like you went in.
No, I
Sunday
did.
night.
Like, because I was just like, it's Sunday. Like, it's the end of the year. Who am
End
I
of the
trying to impress?
tour.
Yeah, like tour's over. Like, I'm not trying. Whatever. I don't care how I look anymore.
Oh, you're like, I gave it all I
Yeah.
got.
So I was like, oh my god. So then I was trying to go to sleep, and I'm like, I laid down, and I'm like, wow, like that kind of hurts. Like my stomach is so tight. Took a shower, and I'm like, all right. And then when you like think, wait, am I gonna have to throw up, or like, I hope not. So I started walking. I'm like, maybe I can walk it off. I was just doing laps in my apartment.
The worst.
Like, trying to walk it off. And then it just kept progressively getting worse and worse. I threw up, and I'm like, all right, there it goes. Like, I'm done. Like, I thought it was just I overate and it's one thing. And then it just kept.
Oh.
It was nonstop. Like, I don't know if I've ever thrown up this much, ever. Like,
Damn.
it was 12 a.m. to 10 a.m. of legitimately, like, nonstop. And it's like, I'd feel like I had 105-degree fever, and then
that's
I'd throw up,
awful.
and then I'd be shivering. And
Oh,
then
no.
I was so dehydrated that I, like, legitimately couldn't walk or stand up. My hands were like this. You know how when you get super
cramp
dehydrated,
up.
like, I couldn't, like... I was, like, laying on my bathroom floor, like, I'm I'm going to die.
Oh my God, well, that's awful. I mean, there's really no worse feeling. So I'm sorry you went through that. But you texted us and you were like, I might go to the hospital. Like, what can they even do? I'm like, go. Like, and they'll give you an IV. They'll hydrate you up. They'll give you some anti-nausea medicine. If you just lay on your bathroom floor and just perish, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, because by the time I did go, like I threw up in the morning, and then I was like, that was probably the end of it. But so when I went there, I was like past the worst part, but it definitely helped, I think. And I haven't been to a hospital in a while, so it was kind of like a little bit exciting.
Just seeing what the inside of the hospital looks like these days.
And honestly, like, I don't know, Monday morning, like 9 a.m. or whenever I went, like, it was the easiest. I walked in, there wasn't one single person in the entire waiting room. I walked in, they walked me right in, like there was no one there.
It was like they were waiting for you.
They're like happy to see someone.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like, I was there for a couple hours just getting an IV, and I'm like, not that I want anyone to, be in pain but I was like, I was kind of hoping there'd be more like Grey's Anatomy type stuff going on, like some drama like gunshot wound or like nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, just they were probably like Monday morning. Oh God, this guy's coming in. Oh, he's just food poisoning. All right, easy day.
No. The nurses were funny. Some of them. She was like, I don't know, maybe it was too graphic. No, she was just like, so you were throwing up last night? I was like, yeah. And she's like, diarrhea? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, at the same time, I'm like, pretty close. She goes, was that fun? And I'm like, no.
No, ma'am, it wasn't.
And then she's like, don't drink. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't know why I thought she was talking about alcohol. So I'm like, yeah, obviously, like, why would I be drinking? Yeah. I'm not drinking. And then she walked by and I was like drinking out of my Gatorade. And she's like, I told you not to drink. And I'm like, I thought you meant alcohol.
Oh, yes, because you'd be drinking alcohol in the hospital.
Well, that's why I was confused.
Like, do you think, like, maybe you were thinking maybe she meant when you go home, like, don't drink?
I think she just meant there because I don't know why. Like, maybe.
I don't know what the alcohol.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
I don't know if the alcohol is serving up old fashions for you, but.
Yeah, so shout out to all the nurses and doctors. I feel like I was like, I had like a heart surgery or something. I was just there
to save your life.
Mount Sinai, which honestly, so I went to the urgent care that's like right across the street because I'm like, if I can go there, whatever. And they were like, well, we're not gonna be able to like do anything for you for like a couple hours. And the lady was like, my assistants aren't here, so I don't know how to work the computer or anything, and like I don't know like how to. And I'm like, I'm like, where's the hospital? And she's like, it was actually not too far from where I am, and so I went there, and yeah, it was a lovely experience.
And there you go. And your daddy visited you.
That was another thing.
5 stars.
Well, you guys texted me last night.
Well,
he's gonna leave a Yelp review.
We were sitting in here, and I was joking with Sarah and Maddie, and I was like, I know Noah went by himself, but what are the chances we think one of his parents showed up at the hospital for his food poisoning? And I was like, Maddie, ask if he brought his mom with him.
Well, my mom was like, do you want me to come in? I'm like, no, don't. Like, what are you going to do? Like, if you come in, like, don't drive into the city for this. Yeah. And then my dad, like, just happens to work, like, a few blocks away from the hospital I'm at. So he stopped by. I had already been there for like an hour or two.
If he's working nearby, he's checking on his kid, that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like your mom driving to take you to the hospital.
There's a difference between like having somebody come see you and like not being able to get to the ER without your mom taking you.
No. I mean, but here's the thing. Like there are plenty of circumstances where yes, I would want my mommy to take me to the hospital.
No. Before I went to the hospital,
in this circumstance,
before I went, and I was still like pretty bad that morning, and I was on the phone with my mom, and she's like, "Oh, like I wish I could just like come and take care of you." Like I was like, "You could, like, if you want to come, bring Murray. Just sit in the apartment."
You're right. Yep, well, I'm glad you're feeling better, Noah. There's actually no worse feeling than that. Really,
yeah, it was awful.
So happy you're back and happy you're feeling better. How's everybody else feeling, Fran?
Great. I didn't have any food poisoning, so I feel lovely. Slept well. Caught up on some TV, and that's really about it.
All right, nice.
I did not have anything, nothing crazy on my Monday night. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into.
How are you?
I'm dandy, honestly. Yeah. I'm really dandy. I'm going to pick up or go try on my wedding dresses today. Which is very exciting. And yeah, and then, you know, going to take a little break from all the wedding stuff until January comes around because, you know, we have the break coming up. So we're going to get the dresses, try those on, and hope for the best.
They keep them at the store for you?
It's going to depend on whether I use their tailor or want to take it back. I'll probably leave it there and use their tailor.
Yeah.
That seems like the easiest option. But I'm so excited. I can't wait to try them on. I hope they fit. And
they will.
That's all you can really ask for.
Yep.
And, you know, I haven't like looked at other dresses or anything because like once I picked mine, I was like, I don't want to see anything else because I don't want to like second guess myself.
Totally.
So I've just been going back and looking at the pictures I took that day, and I'm so excited to try them on. And then it's like so soon. It's like right around the corner because my bridal shower is the second week of January. And then, yeah.
It's like a month away.
Yes,
just
it is.
about exactly a month.
Yes, it is. So I'm super excited for that. But going to take a little, you know, couple week breather from wedding stuff while we go on a break and go on vacation.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
All right, let's get into the rest of the topics for today. We are going to be talking about the Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly split. Very, very unfortunate. Ariana Grande and Paul Mescal do the Variety Actors on Actors, talk about the Wicked stuff. We also have an update on the Holding Space for Defying Gravity situation from Ariana and Cynthia themselves. And we're going to talk about that weird little stint Tyler Cameron had on his Instagram where he revealed a fight between him and his girlfriend that he definitely should not have revealed. And we'll get into the pop corner where we answer your voicemails. So let's get into it, starting off with the topics. So it seems like Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly have split up just months before they are welcoming a child into this world. I can't say I'm shocked. I thought that they were broken up before, and then when Megan Fox announced she was pregnant, I was like, oh, they're together.
Right.
And now they broke up. Like these two, and Megan Fox said it herself on Call Her Daddy because I remember Alex asking like if they were together, and it kind of seemed like a situation where she was like, we're always going to be in each other's lives. I'm just not sure if it's going to be like romantically in a relationship, and I think that's where they're at. Like, this doesn't surprise me at all. I think, you know, when they have this baby, I could see it coming around where they're back together again for a little while, then they break up again. Like this is just an on and off couple. Like they are never going to be the couple where you're like, yes, this is it. They're making it for years and years.
Yeah, this is probably just the beginning of what could be a lot of on and off.
What do you mean the beginning? It already started being on and off. This is ongoing for years.
No, I know, but I think having a kid, like they now are 100% intertwined together forever, where it's like maybe if there isn't a kid, then there is a potential to break up and like really never have to see or talk to that person ever again. With the kid, that's not necessarily the case. They could not speak to each other, but you know,
they're gonna have to. They're going to have to.
They will.
They're going to have to find some sort of arrangement. But I do feel like they're like just one of those couples that they're going to be like, yeah, we're not together, but, you know, we are a beautiful co-parenting relationship. And that does exist. And I hope that they can figure that out because that would be the right thing for the baby.
It seemed like some drama, though, in whatever happened. They broke up over Thanksgiving. TMZ reported that they were on a Thanksgiving trip in Vail and that Megan allegedly found something on MGK's phone that upset her and caused her to leave the trip early. And then he reportedly dipped out shortly after that and has not been in touch with the actress since.
Damn.
So that's not good.
I wonder what she found.
That's not good at all.
It could be anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that just screams like find messages with somebody, or
maybe some
photos
DMs or pictures, or he was looking at some. Who knows? The possibilities of what was on MGK's phone could really be endless, and I think the possibilities of what Megan Fox, could get mad at are endless too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what kind of relationship they have, but I feel like since it's so on and off, that Machine Gun Kelly doing some sketchy shit on his phone isn't the most surprising thing in the world.
No. And they just have one of those relationships where I bet like even the littlest things blow up. Not that I'm saying this was a little thing. Who knows what it was? Could be a big thing. Could have been huge.
Right.
Could have been they could have been back together, happy. They're, she's pregnant. They're having a baby, and like wham, she finds him sending inappropriate messages such.
I could totally see a world where Machine Gun Kelly's disrespecting Megan Fox, who's carrying his child, and she's like, "What the fuck? Get out of here!"
Yeah,
like that. Yeah. That is not a situation.
Yeah, or she just leaves.
That surprises me at all. But I think that we will continue to see these two in the headlines going forward, whether it's they're back together,
they
next
fucking
one will hate
each
other.
Together.
Oh my God, they're so happy. They're welcoming the baby. They're thinking about rekindling.
Yeah.
Oh my God, awful relationship. They can't even co-parent. Da 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 da. Oh my God, they have a beautiful co-parent. Really, like this is going to be a roller coaster that everyone just better buckle up for, including them. They better buckle up for it too, because it's going to be a long ride, ladies and gentlemen.
Totally. Couldn't agree more.
And I don't think they're keeping their hands and feet inside the vehicle. I think they're swinging all over the place, these two.
Their hands are up in the air.
Right. They are not...
they're riding like this.
They're not relaxed passengers. Yeah. They are not relaxed passengers. They are all over the place.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a constant with these two. But you know what? I hope for the sake of Megan Fox, being pregnant right now, I hope that they can figure it out and have some peace because... Not I'm saying together. I'm just saying for herself to have some peace because you don't want to be going through a breakup while you're having a baby. Like I can't imagine any of that is enjoyable.
Totally.
Yep. Ariana Grande and Paul Mescal did the Variety Actors on Actors. Now I think what they thought they were doing here was a little Margot Robbie, Cillian Murphy situation, Barbenheimer, and this was Glicked, and Glicked never took off.
No, but you know what? Can I have a confession. I'd seen this in writing, right? Like, and when the premieres were happening, it's like, oh, they're calling it Glicked. And I don't know if it's just like the pronunciation of Glicked was not what was happening in my head when I was reading it. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, Glicked? That does... And like, I was like, why Glicked?
I could see that.
And I was like,
clicked.
Yeah, I was like, Glicked. I was like, I guess that makes sense. But in my mind, I kept saying Glicked. And then when I heard Glicked come out of Ariana Grande's mouth, I was like, yeah.
Made a lot more sense for you.
Glicked. Yep. Why in my head was I reading that as Glicked?
No, that makes sense because it's like click. Like I said, click.
Yeah, it was just, It just, It just, because Barbenheimer was such like a...
Two separate words, clearly.
Yeah, exactly. And just like, and long. Mm-hmm. It has a very different effect than...
Glicked feel like it could be a word for something.
Yeah, right.
Like a verb.
Wickedator. No,
I like Glicked.
Glicked, yeah.
Glicked, although it didn't take off. They're
glad wicked. No. Yeah, it's Glicked.
It's Glicked. I don't think Glicked took off in the way that Barben, not even close. Not even in the same stratosphere. Nobody was talking about Glicked. I think one day someone said, oh, damn, Gladiator 2 and Wicked are coming out the same weekend. Boom. And that was really the extent of it. But it wasn't the situation that Barbie and Oppenheimer had at all. Like, people weren't doing double features of, I mean, sure, somebody did out there do Gladiator and Wicked.
Yeah, no, it was happening.
It was not even close. Like, it was not really a thing,
No, but I will say it was happening. I did see people, like I saw people talking about
Some people, but it really wasn't.
It's just Gladiator 2 just also isn't the movie that Oppenheimer was. Like, I just think Oppenheimer was such a, critically acclaimed, award-winning movie,
Yeah.
And I think people like Gladiator 2 for sure, but I think it's different when it's, maybe because it's a sequel. It just doesn't have like the Barbenheimer was two like original movies. Not that way. I mean, Wicked is obviously based on a musical, but it's not a sequel.
Yeah, it didn't have the play. It didn't have the play like
too.
Yeah, it just doesn't have it, and that's okay. They tried to make it happen.
Radiator, no.
It sounds like radiator, but you have a speech impediment.
Yeah. And I feel like there's not enough Wicked in that. You're just taking the W.
Yeah.
There needs to be more of a split.
Yeah. I think that, Ariana and Paul, they're probably aware of this. They're probably like, listen, we both have a great career and great movies, but we're not getting Barbenheimer level with this.
Right.
Well,
that is true. And also in the fact that I remember it felt like when all the Barbie Oppenheimer press was going on, they were being asked about each other. Mm-hmm. And I don't feel like these guys were necessarily being asked about each other.
There wouldn't really be enough space for that because you're holding space for something else.
We were
not holding space for Gladiator 2.
But they're laughing about it now that they're doing actors on actors. That's a good pairing. It's a good pairing.
It is a solid pairing, and Paul brought up the Wicked press, and Ariana was like, we're insufferable. We're very annoying. I think they're super self-aware about how the Wicked press has come across to a ton of people, and they're crying in their emotions. And you guys know how we feel about it. I've defended the two of them and how they feel about their performance in the movie and why they're so emotional. But seeing them, moving on to the next thing with the holding space for Defying Gravity, seeing Ariana and Cynthia talk about how they had no idea what was happening in that interview is so fucking funny, because that's what makes things even more real, right? Like, I feel like a lot of times when you're watching actors do press, sometimes you're like, I can't relate to these movie star, superstar actors. They're not relatable, but I feel like Ariana Grande can be really funny, and seeing like Cynthia Erivo, have that as well, just makes you feel like I'm like, oh my God, I'm relating to them even more, being able to laugh about how the fact that they were like, we had no idea what was happening in this interview. And Ariana Grande was like, I didn't know what was happening. I just knew I wanted to be here and I wanted to be a part of it. And it's like, there's something so relatable about just like wanting to be in the room or wanting to be a part of something that is a big moment that you really just have no idea what's happening.
It was very funny because even just Ariana's like, from the beginning, I didn't know what was happening and still didn't know what was happening. Yeah. And it felt like Cynthia was like, I thought we were I thought I knew what she was saying, and then I don't think I did, and then she said queer media, and I was like, am I that? Like, am I that? Like, it was all very, very funny. It just like what's going on in their brains, because that they're a well-oiled machine, those two, when it came to press. Like, they were going into interviews, they were crushing it, they were answering the questions, they were doing what they needed to do. But this was a good insight into like what is going on in their brains, because at certain points they must just be like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, what am I doing? But it's just like interview after interview after interview. So like they probably don't even necessarily think about it that much. And then they went back to look at it and they were like, yeah, what was that?
Yeah, it is so funny. I bet that their group chat is just hysterical right now because they've talked a bunch about the group chats that they have as a cast. And I can imagine when those memes were going around about holding space for Defying Gravity, it was probably so fucking funny. So honestly, I think it made everybody else feel a lot more normal.
Yeah.
Even though I tried to like... I felt like I knew what she was talking about, but maybe I didn't. I was like, damn, I think she's just saying like people are just trying to relate to the lyrics. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, am I a fool? Because both Ariana and Cynthia didn't know what the fuck she was talking about, but I'm sitting here being like, obviously she's talking about relating to the lyrics of Defying Gravity.
No, it is, yeah, I guess. And I think that's what Cynthia originally thought she was saying, and then like,
and then I think what it was.
But then I think Cynthia was like, I didn't know why. Like, then why she was like. But then, I don't know, maybe just from the way I felt Cynthia was talking about it is like, that's how she originally interpreted it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and then the interview being like, well, why I'm in queer media. And then, and then I think Cynthia was like, wait, are we talking about different things now?
Right.
Like, am I not fully understanding what you're trying to tell me?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot.
She's like, is there a depth to this that I'm not quite picking up, or are you just telling me that everyone's like really resonating with the lyrics?
Right, exactly. Which was just so funny. If you haven't watched the clip, maybe, can we edit in the clip for people to hear it? Okay, we'll edit in the clip for people to hear.
I was surprised because I was like, I had no idea because I haven't been looking. I mean, it's been happening on some platforms.
She was like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess.
I guess.
I've seen it, yeah.
That's really powerful. Mm-hmm. I had no idea that this thing was going on. I didn't know that was happening.
So I didn't know what any part of it meant.
That's really powerful.
I didn't understand the first sentence.
I've seen this week people are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
And then I definitely didn't understand what was happening, how you responded. I was like, oh, what did she say? What did you hear? And I just wanted to be there because I knew something big was happening. And I didn't know how to be there.
I didn't know that was happening. But then after a while, I didn't know how to be there. Yeah. That's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She said something that meant something to her. It meant something totally different to you.
Yes.
And then she tried to kind of get somewhere else.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing was, I remember in the moment asking myself, am I okay? Did I not hear something? And I was like, because she looks like she's about to cry again. And I'm going to grab this because I think you might need something.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the tapping was about. But that
tension.
That happened. Yeah, that happened. I was like, oh shit, something's happening.
She had said that she was seeing it because she was in queer media.
I am in queer media.
And I was like, I honestly didn't know what that meant. And am I also in queer media?
Yeah.
Maybe?
We are, great.
Work. Let's both be there.
It was so beautiful. Yeah. I just am glad. I feel really relieved that the world had the same experience with this moment that I did. Because I felt like, oh, I'm not broken.
But I do love how the world has like gone with it.
I felt so relieved.
My favorite is the gay men's chorus singing, we're really holding space for that.
Really holding space with that and feeling power in that.
I haven't seen that.
I love that one, it's so good.
It's really great.
Yeah, well, I've seen it.
I've seen it on a couple posts.
And also just like articles.
I mean, yeah, well, I've seen it.
You've seen it.
That's the craziest part for me.
It's good. I love that it's become vernacular now, which is really fun. That people are constantly saying, we're really holding space for that. I want a t-shirt with holding space on that, with that.
That's when you knew it was something. When the next day, Evan Ross Katz texted me and was like, do you want this shirt? I got 2 for you.
What? He has a shirt?
He has
Is there a
shirts.
shirt?
Yes, he
I need it. Please, can I have?
It's on its way, thanks to Evan.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, it's that.
Oh, perfect.
The best thing to do is really to hold space with that.
During that interview, I was in the other room.
Hilarious.
No idea that the world was changing.
But he felt a magical
You
vibration.
did.
I did feel, I was like,
You
something's
did.
happening over there. My finger is itching.
I like it now is like vernacular. I love that because you're feeling my vibes.
That scratches the itch.
If you're still looking to finish up your holiday shopping, look no further than Macy's. Macy's has you covered for everything you need this holiday season. I'm sure you're like me where you have, your Notes app. You got everybody in your family listed. You're trying to figure out gifts for everybody. Well, you could go to Macy's and cross off gifts for every single person on your list. For somebody like, my parents, they love new kitchen stuff, maybe new pots, new kitchen appliances, bedding, home decor, pillowcases, sheets, even pillows themselves, everything that you need. You want to give your apartment a little revamp for the holidays, you can do that. Just gifts for everybody in your life, whether it comes to cute clothes, handbags, perfume. I think for me, perfume is always such a great gift. Macy's has so many different kinds of perfumes. And then same with handbags. If you want to give somebody a nice purse, they're going to love it. They have so many cool trending handbags right now that you can purchase for the people in your lives. You get free shipping at $25. From now until December 12th, you can get an extra 30% off top gifts plus 15% off their best beauty brands. I got a new coat from Macy's the other day that I am obsessed with. It would make the perfect gift for someone in your life. Brown. It was from Avec Les Filles. It's a gorgeous coat. It's on sale right now. You can shop at Macy's.com or use the Macy's app. Make sure you're getting all your gifts for Macy's. I love that Ariana then also brought up that she was like, and then we're talking about like sending them. She's like, I'll send you the shirt. Like she was like, Evan Ross Katz made shirts, and she was like, don't worry, I've ordered them. Like they're being sent for us. Don't worry. Like,
so good.
Of the like little heart of them holding her holding Cynthia's finger.
Yeah, and Ariana being like, I knew like I was like trying to be there for you, and I just like daintily held her finger, which was so good.
Did you watch him on SNL at all?
I actually didn't.
From everything I saw, he seemed actually very funny.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know him that well, but he seems funny.
Yeah, no, I didn't see.
He's got that natural Irish charm, you know?
Yeah. Right now, I'm, I did see one clip, actually, where he was like, you know, I'm known for my funny roles, and it was just like a montage of all him, like, crying and stuff. My feed is now a bunch of Timothée Chalamet SNL stuff, like old. I think because Timothée Chalamet had a big weekend with the College Game Day, and now I'm just getting fed old Timothée Chalamet skits.
Yeah, that's so fair.
Like, it's just that's my feed right now.
I think I am kind of on Paul Mescal talk, where I'm getting a lot of like Gracie Abrams, Phoebe Bridgers, Paul. The lore between the three of them.
I'm not like a Paul girl.
That's so fine.
Yeah, at all.
That's so fine.
Like
I think I would say I am.
You are?
Yeah.
I don't.
If it came down to Paul or Timothy.
Paul.
Timothy.
Oh, wow.
Paul.
Like in terms of looks or just like overall?
Everything.
I think something about Timothy's personality.
He seems like a fun time for sure, but I am just not like. I'm going full superficial route. Paul's just got it more for me than Len Timothy. The sex appeal for Timothée Chalamet is just I get it for other people. It's just not. It's not there for me.
Yeah, and I think that's me with Paul.
He's too skinny.
Yeah,
love him, but you know he's a skinny guy.
He is very skinny. I don't have a single bone in my body that has any sort of attraction to Paul Mescal.
Really?
None.
Oh man, I think he is.
And I've had this conversation with Kelly Keegs too, because she's a big Paul guy, and she was like she's like, he's just not your type, and I was like, no, really not at all.
Yeah. And I feel like it
might be also all the roles he's played as well, that I'm just like, not drawn in.
That's so fair.
You know, he's an incredible actor. I'm not saying I'm not drawn into his roles. I'm just not like, you know.
I mean,
not saying I am with Timothy either. To be completely, I'm not like over Timothy, but sometimes,
I'm getting there.
But you like your Italians, you know.
I do,
and you know he's Irish. He's an Irish guy.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what
you
it
don't
is.
really like Irish guys.
I mean, my fiance he's Irish and Italian, but he's way more Italian.
He leans in way more to the Italian.
He's way more Italian than he is Irish. You know,
so it's the same with my husband.
And so it's like, you know, I just got that. You know, you know. I guess.
Do you find an Irish accent sexy?
Not at all.
Yes, I do.
I guess Paul Mescal's not wearing a backwards hat and a chain and has a Long Island accent. So,
yeah, well,
Fran, the only accent I find sexy is Long Island. Okay. Excuse me.
As deep as you can get.
Yeah, as strong as it gets. All right.
Oh man.
No, I'm kidding. But no, that if I had to go like sexy accents, I'm not putting Irish up there. I would say like, you know, classic British is good. Yeah.
But like proper British.
Like Harry Styles.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I like the way Harry talks.
Yeah. He's from Manchester, right? So like northern.
I'm like not real, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going back to London for a third time in 2 weeks, and I don't know, you know, I couldn't tell you north, south, east, west.
Totally fine.
But yeah, I guess I actually never talked about that. I'm going back to London.
Yeah.
Because we're going with Matt's whole family, because they were like, you know, when, you know, we want to take a big trip, his whole family, like, who knows if it, you know, if his brother and sister-in-law start having kids, whatever. And we were trying to look at like warm destinations, and, you know, the warm destinations were hard, like incredibly hard to find something with availability, like for not absurd fucking prices. Like it was insane. And we started looking months ago. Rhea stepped in and was like, what if we embrace the cold? And
it's not even that cold.
Like, and no, it's not. It's going to be like high 40s, low 50s.
Yeah.
But I was like, like it would be so fun. We'll go to London. We'll stop in Paris. Why not? I know we've gone a bunch already. And they're like, you don't want to go anywhere else? And I was like, I'm just throwing it out there. And then everyone was like, you know what? That does sound really fun. Why don't we do it? And we were going to do, because we love London so much and it's really become like a place where we feel like we've had a ton of special moments. We were going to throw London in at the end of our honeymoon. And then we decided against that because we were like, we want to experience other places.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? We'll go. And it'll be a break from London after this third time, but we'll go Christmas. I was like, I just want to really see London during Christmas time.
You're going at such a great time.
I was like, oh my God, the magic of going to London at Christmas time. And the whole family was sold.
I told Love, actually.
I told Joe's sister that you were going for Christmas time. She was like, she's gonna fucking love it. It's just the best that time.
I can't wait. And like his whole family is like, we want you to, like, to me and Matt, like, we want you guys to, like, plan it. Like, you come up with the itinerary, like, you pick the spots, like, whatever. So I literally sent them everything on Sunday.
Matt and Rhea's London tour.
Yeah, no, we're taking them on a London tour. And I sent them a whole thing on Sunday. And I was like, all right, here. And they were like, wow, we feel so relaxed. We don't got to fucking lift a finger with all the planning you've done. But we just put our heads together and we were like, how can we make your family have the best fucking trip possible? And I can't wait. They're also like, his family is so much fun and they just love to, eat, drink, have a good time, laugh. So it's like the best combination to have best combination to have a good vacation festive, together.
All the Christmas decorations.
Yeah, I can't wait. So I've honestly been hesitant to say I was going back to London because I thought people were gonna be like, Rhea, a third time. And
no, I think people understand.
We
Is
just really
it a third
like
time in a year?
This is our second time this year. And then we went once in 2023. But we just love it so much. And it's really become such like a special place for us that like as a couple.
And
where
it's really
we're like,
not like a crazy place to go.
No, it's like it's like a 6-hour flight.
Yeah, it's just it's not, and it's a bit, and it's a city. Like it's not like you guys are going off the grid, like, and you love it so much.
Right. No, and this is like, I guess sort of cheesy, but this is how we feel. We were like, how special is it to like ring in the new year, the year we're getting married in our favorite place? Yeah. Like that's so special.
You did your engagement pictures.
Yeah, it's like, oh you guys. The only thing we're not doing is getting married in London.
Yeah. London holds a special place in your heart.
It does. So we were like, let's ring the new year of us getting married in London. So I can't wait. But
I love that.
I back to the accent thing. Sorry, on Paul.
You like a British. I think I used to really like an Australian accent, and then watching Love Island Australia like kind of ruined it for me.
Zane and Taylor have ruined Australian accents for me.
Yeah, they kind of have. Mm-hmm. Also, are you up to date?
Yes.
This new bombshell looks just like the guy from Love Island UK who was with, what was her name?
Molly and Zach.
And Zach, yes, Zach. Mm-hmm. They look. This is the Australian version of Zach. Mm-hmm. They look exactly the same.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like a knockoff Hemsworth too, a little bit.
I think he said that too. He was like, I look like Travis Kelce and Liam Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth combined.
Yeah. But really, I was like, when he walked in, I was like, this looks like Australian Zach.
Right. I guess there's almost nothing worse than being a knockoff Hemsworth.
Yeah, right. I know. Especially when you're like, especially when you're already Australian.
Right.
But there's something about the accent when you listen to it a lot that I'm like, it's losing it for me.
Right. And I think
it's cool on the girls.
Yes.
It's cool.
They sound sick.
I don't know. The guys, it's losing
I've been watching it and I almost like forget that it doesn't pick up for me as much. It's like, I'm almost like I'm watching Americans.
Some of the girls, it's not as strong. Yeah. I would say it goes in and out a little bit. But I don't know. Cause I'm trying to think of other Irish guys and I'm like, I guess no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who else is that?
Colin Farrell?
No.
Yeah.
Love him.
He doesn't do it for me either.
He doesn't do it for you?
Oh, my God. Colin Farrell?
No, he doesn't do it for me.
Why? He's like...
He just doesn't. You know, like some people do and some people don't? He just doesn't. It's not like anything against him. Are you just thinking
of him in The Penguin?
That might be it.
Yeah.
No, it's just like...
Did you stop watching The Penguin?
It's taking me a long time because of how... First of all, we've been away and now Matt's away for work. So it's like... we got to get in the same place to watch it. It's
Yeah.
Barry. He's not high on everybody's list these days, but Irish. Cillian Murphy.
I like.
Bono.
Wait, you know what?
Bono. Yeah.
I like Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy's ASMR.
Yeah.
His little sleep story on the Calm app. I do
Yeah.
like.
Love it. Oh man.
Oh, where were we?
We were
debating Timothy and
we were talking
Paul.
about Glicked, but yeah, that went into Timothy and Paul. Timothy knows ball.
I kind of love how we had two separate answers.
Yeah. I think that's,
And I think a lot of girls listening will have some will be Timothy and some will be Paul.
I would put that poll on my story, but I feel like it's like objectively weird for me to put on my story.
We can put it on tomorrow on Instagram.
Out of context for you.
Out of context,
maybe.
it's like, why is he? Is that weird to put? Like, is that people are gonna be like, stop pitting men against each other?
What
no,
question
they don't
are
do
you
that
asking?
with men.
Yeah, they don't do that with men.
What question are you asking?
I guess what would the question be then?
Yeah, that's
like.
I mean, the question
Who
for
would
us
you-
was who are we more attracted to, and that was
Yeah.
our answer.
I guess because attraction is just overall.
Because
Yeah.
but that like it gets specific though, because like if you just showed me Timothy Chalamet, no.
Yeah,
like, what if
but
Timothy
that's where I'm going full attraction. It's not just like
So
a
who-
physical.
But
Like
it requires all things,
Yeah. So
aspects
if it was
about
only
them.
physical, are you saying Paul?
I don't.
Like, what if
I'm
Timothy
also
Chalamet?
not attracted to
Timothy
Paul.
Chalamet's
Yeah.
whole essence, but it's in Paul Mescal's body.
Let me get a look at another picture of Paul. Sorry, hold on. I gotta pull up some. I mean, I very much know what he look. No.
he's a handsome guy. Handsome.
He is.
handsome
He's
guy.
not. I'm not saying by any means
Yeah.
that he is not a handsome guy. And you know what? Objectively speaking, I think if you were to put the two of them next to each other, Paul Mescal is the more attractive, conventionally attractive man.
He seems a lot older than 28. I thought he was in his like,
I know
mid-30s.
he's really young. He's actually really young.
And like he's kind of jacked.
well, he just did. He did Gladiator 2. You see him? Have you seen the pictures of him doing Gladiator 2?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God,
I mean-
Maria! That's why everybody loves him.
I think I'm being pulled back.
Oh my
He's
God,
jacked.
you haven't seen his shirtless Gladiator photos?
No, I haven't. And now
Oh,
I'm
my
seeing these
Lord.
GQ pictures now of Paul Mescal, and I'm feeling like
Yeah.
a fool.
I mean, my God. Yeah,
That sounded like a. I was just more of like a thinking, like a huh.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's taken a. It's
Those are his GQ photos.
it's taken a while now of us getting to this point. I want to cut out the role before, you know.
No, because everyone.
we have
you
to keep it, but
yeah, everybody.
we-
You got to be along for the journey.
We got to be along for the journey, but I didn't see these pictures.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, I think I was just thinking of him in these like crying roles.
Yeah, you're just
and,
like thinking of like normal people.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking of that.
You're not thinking of Gladiator.
No, I
2,
wasn't
Paul
thinking of
Mescal.
Gladiator. I'm not thinking of him on the cover of GQ.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Timothy Chalamet talking about he's got a big dong on SNL.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You're thinking about him talking ball, making you think of your man.
Right, like he loves sports. I like
Look
a
at this
sports
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Look at him up there talking about
I'm just like, and-
college football.
Right. It's like, oh, college football.
Yeah.
Like, it's relatable.
Right. He knew those Ohio Bobcats were winning.
He knew every team was winning. He picked all the right ones. But
Oh, man.
You think he'll ever do a role where he has to get like jacked?
I don't think his body's capable.
Yeah.
Some people's body are just not capable of getting to that level. And I think Timothy Chalamet, I mean, now, like, I don't know.
No, I get now we're like, it's
Now,
like,
now
it feels,
I'm more kind of torn.
Yeah.
More than anything. I'm not like anti-Timothy now.
Yeah.
I think I'm still picking Timothy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just now a little bit more open to Paul
okay.
than
You're
I was before.
right. Your eyes are a little more open.
But I'm still
You know what? That's somewhat of a win
right.
for Paul.
And who does Paul need me for his approval? You know what I mean?
It's fair.
I
Very
bet
fair.
I'm not Paul's taste.
Very fair.
So,
Yeah.
you think Paul likes a girl from Long Island? Who people accuse of smoking cigarettes all the time, who
well.
doesn't smoke? No.
I'm sure. I feel like. he
Well,
wouldn't be opposed to
I'd
cigarettes.
actually prefer he probably loves a girl that
Yeah.
smokes cigarettes.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm not his type. So
That means
actually,
even more.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If
yeah.
Paul Mescal was around my family, he'd run.
Honestly, it would be so entertaining.
He'd run.
Are you not entertained?
No, literally, it'd be like, these creatures from outer space.
Yeah. Just two completely different worlds
I do
that
feel
it
like
would
Timothy
actually be
Chalamet-
so funny.
kind of fits in like wherever he like. I could see Timothée Chalamet.
Timothy
with your
Chalamet's
dad.
more of a chameleon.
Yeah,
I just feel like he's
think.
like
He's
go
just-
with the flow.
Yeah.
I'm
He's just like, you know,
Timmy.
and then at the end of the
He's got a lot
day,
of
he's just like a
swag.
New Yorker.
Yeah, like I just, you know.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a long conversation about things that don't really matter, huh?
No, but
I think people right now, though, listening are having
couple of it guys
right
right
and
now.
and I think people listening are having the same sort of debate.
Yeah.
I'd actually be interested in knowing Guy's opinion more than anything. You haven't given your take.
Oh, I'm Timothy guy.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, you thought I was? I mean, first of all, I'll say I don't
Sometimes
really.
I think guys like respect the muscle, you know?
Or they're jealous of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No,
that's
I
true.
don't really know much about Paul. If I'm being honest, like I don't even know if I've ever seen a movie with him in it. Like,
Really?
what movies has he been in? I don't think I've ever seen a Paul Mescal movie.
Did you watch there was the one that he got not like that did so well that did all that got those nominations last year that I'm spacing on the name of. Oh, All of Us
No, I don't think I've seen any movie. Yeah,
All of Us Strangers.
He hasn't
You
done
didn't
that
see?
many movies. It looks like.
After Sun.
No, I've never seen a movie with him.
You haven't
I'm
seen
texting a couple guys right
You
now.
haven't
to
seen
see.
Gladiator 2?
No, not yet. I will, but
I texted a group that has Kelly Keegs in it, and I know she's going to respond
you know she's
Paul
gonna- yeah,
immediately.
yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
really just looking for.
But Timothy, like, I just feel like we have more. I'm more thinking in terms of like, could I be friends with him? And I'm like, we have similar interests. I know he like is very into rap, and he just. Honestly, he kind of won me over this past weekend with the game day. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
this guy, like, I don't care if he knows football or not. Like, it's just like he really prepared for this. I respect like how much he was prepped
you,
for that.
You respect the amount of
And
effort that went into that.
Even like watching his whole press run now for Bob Dylan, I'm like, this guy is like very respectful of like Bob Dylan, and
And
like
you know, I
seems
do-
like he actually
yeah.
cares about the roles that he's
Are
done.
we
I
about
do
to get
like
Fran
his,
on Timothy's side now?
No, I do. Hey, I like his Instagram presence a lot. I think he's pretty he's actively posts on his stories and stuff, which I think is funny.
His
'cause
Instagram
not a lot
posts
of
seem like a normal
guy,
posting.
totally normal guy, and then he dates Kylie Jenner, which just really throws me for a loop.
It is kind of right, and that's you're gonna
But-
have the people online going.
But I
well, we
guess-
can't like Timothy anymore because he's
Why?
with
That's
Kylie."
like more reason. Like,
I was
good for
actually
him.
gonna say, like, I actually do think that does put him even more of like the I'm just like a regular guy category, because what regular guy isn't like, yeah, Kylie Jenner wants to date me, I'm dating
Yeah,
Kylie
what?
Jenner.
Well, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying the haters online.
yeah.
Now, what
No,
about
for sure. No, I
Dated Isaac Gonzalez.
no,
like,
I'm Paul.
So
it's-
true.
Yeah.
What about
I'm sick-
Sarah and
I
Maddie?
would stick with Paul Mescal.
You guys have a choice on Timothy or so? Oh, both.
Well,
I was
mean,
gonna
both
say.
of them.
I was gonna say. There's no way Maddie's a Timothy Chalamet girl. I imagine Maddie going, "Oh, I could break him like a toothpick."
Yeah, right. That's exactly. She'd be
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No,
She
she'd be
said
like,
that's what she
ew,
was
he's
thinking."
too skinny. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Tommy Smoke said Chalamet, easy,
Yeah,
capital
well,
letters.
that's- yeah.
And then he said, I'm low key a
I mean-
Chalamet stan.
So it sounds like guys lean more toward Chalamet and girls lean more toward Mescal.
And then Tommy wrote,
I
Mezcal does nothing for me whatsoever. It's like you took the words out of my
Well,
mouth.
I also think for people like Tommy, sometimes it's like they're like, you know, another fellow skinny funny guy.
He said Chalamet is everything I want to be.
Exactly. That's where that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
That is so spot on.
That
Like
makes a lot of
Tommy could
sense.
never be Paul Mescal.
Yeah.
Not that he could ever be Timothy Chalamet either.
I'm actually curious what Gia would say about this because she loves both of them.
Oh,
a lot.
should I text her right now?
Yeah. She's actually a big fan of both of them. So that's.
I also feel like I
I
don't
mean,
know. Maybe,
Gia literally brought a Paul Mescal blanket to go see Gladiator 2 in the theater. Had his giant.
is he
face
like
on it.
new on this? Like, what, he's only been in 5 movies or like 6 movies. Like,
No, he's been in. He's
really? Like when I
well,
search
it's the
him up,
TV.
it's like,
It's Normal People
Oh,
was
Normal
like the
People.
huge. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a
Him
very
and Daisy Edgar Jones. There's so much behind that, and then he's just also one of those like young, hot Irish actors that like. I think his personal life was very interesting to people.
Yeah.
Like I said, once again, the Phoebe Bridgers with the Bo Burnham stuff, and then now Gracie Abrams.
very Matt response. I had to look up Mezcal, but 100% Chalamet.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like people don't really know
Gia
Mescal as well.
wrote OMG.
Yeah, it's an impossible
She
choice
said,
for Gia.
gun to my head, Timmy.
Well, yeah. Wow.
Let's go. Big ups for Team Timothy right now.
Seriously.
Kind of need Kelly to come in and respond with a big Paul Mescal.
Yeah, she will eventually. But
Tommy's now, it's like I opened up the floodgates. I want to be friends with Chalamet more than I want anything in my life.
I couldn't see them like conversing.
okay, so Tommy's got Chalamet posters in his room.
For sure. He just has heart eyes all over Timothy Chalamet.
Oh,
yeah.
man. All right, well, that was fun to poll everybody.
It was fun to poll everybody, and I will say, although I am Team Chalamet.
Yeah.
My eyes are open to Paul a little bit
Club
more.
Chalamet.
Good.
I am Club Chalamet.
You are Club Chalamet.
Imagine right now I revealed my identity
Oh,
as Club.
man.
Imagine my sister revealed her identity as Club
Chalamet.
Club Chalamet is probably gonna have something to say about this.
Yeah, or that's where Club. Club Mescal.
If Mescal wins, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Club Chalamet is just the greatest.
It's gonna be
thing.
close.
Club Chalamet is really the greatest thing that's ever happened.
Hit the airwaves.
Yeah.
Hit the internet waves.
How aware do you think he is of that?
Has to
very.
Yeah, I feel like he's like an online guy.
I mean, he showed up to his own lookalike contest.
Yeah.
Do you think Paul would show up to his own lookalike
Do
contest?
you think Club Chalamet was at the lookalike contest?
Yes. Yes. No, I do. Hiding.
That's
Right now,
scary.
Club Chalamet is just retweeting all the positive reviews for a complete unknown.
I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah.
That was
It's fine. He's gotten a lot of
The
good.
soundtrack came out. Have you?
Oh no. But these
he's singing all
headlines
the
are great.
songs.
This one's Variety. Timothy Chalamet is uncanny as Bob Dylan, and James Mangold's offbeat and incandescent biopic. Deadline. Timothy Chalamet astonishes as young Bob Dylan.
I would love if he won the Oscar.
Yeah, wow.
we know. You and Tommy are going to be leading the charge for Timothy's.
It sounds
Oscar
like more
buzz.
like he's like in love with him. I'm just like we could
Club
hang out.
Chalamet
Tim.
is also asking the question, when was the last time this happened where a Best Actor nominee also had his 2 films in which he was a lead actor in make the Best Motion Picture list? Because talking about the Golden Globes, since it's a complete unknown, and Dune Part 2. We're both nominated. There's also this picture. She's debating changing her profile pic. Why do I want to make this my new profile pic? She said.
Stick with what works, Club.
Yeah. Yep.
He does have like a new look going on. What do you think of that?
He does.
like
Well, he's
it.
got that little stash going.
I like it.
I think he looks better now
I actually
than he
do
did.
like his haircut
Yeah.
and the stash.
Yeah,
I do too, I think. But
Listen, Timothy Chalamet's cool as fuck.
yeah, he is 100%. He is
And
for sure.
never forget, Call Me
sure.
by Your Name is what wrote me in, and then a week later, Army Hammer got.
Yeah,
you know.
yep. And then that was the end
Did
of
you
that.
see like him and Matthew McConaughey reunited?
I
at
love
the game
that.
because
the
of
picture he
Interstellar.
posted. Yeah, he's in,
Yeah.
it's in by his dad.
Yeah, movie
Same
dad.
with my movie
Yeah.
dad Cooper.
Yeah.
That's nice. The more we talk about Timothy, it's like raving reviews about
No,
him.
it really is. I mean, there's really not a negative thing to say about
There's
the
not-
guy.
there's not a
There
negative
really
thing to
Yeah,
isn't.
like
say.
There
not
really
to
isn't.
jinx him, but like, has anyone ever said anything bad about him? Like, he seems just like universally loved.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I don't think
no,
anyone
I think
said
that's
anything.
yeah. I think he's got that going
Watch,
for him
he's
right
gonna-
now for
he's
sure.
gonna Be,
I hope
I'm
we
gonna
don't
jinx
jinx
it.
it.
I'm
really-
gonna watch-
yeah, I was
I'm gonna
say,
fucking jinx it
Boy, do
next
I
week.
hope we didn't jinx this for him.
Oh, Timothy's gonna be pissed if we do. He's gonna be real
he's
pissed
gonna
at
be
us.
a cannibal.
Oh God,
no,
not again, not again.
No. Okay, we finished recording. We're jumping back in for 2 seconds because now Kelly is in Rhea's chair. Rhea was adamant that you would be like, Paul, and you came in here and you said, no.
I passed her in the hallway and she said, "You weren't answering my text, Paul or Timothy?" And I was like, "Timothy," without even a
Oh
thought.
my God.
And she's thought it. She
adamant.
said, "You go clear your name on the pod."
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
went over and over again, said you were Paul.
No, I'm glad you came in here because the episode would have came out
No.
and we were like,
I can't
Rhea
get
was
dragged
like,
like that.
she's Paul.
I might be like the original Timothy bitch. Like I've been loving Timothy since Call Me by Your Name. Like that's
No,
you know,
I said
you know what I mean. Like I
It was a tough
fucking love him.
answer for Gia too.
Yeah.
She said gun to her head, Timmy.
It's the thing is that I do love Paul very much.
Yeah.
I think he's extremely hot. I think they're both extremely hot in different ways.
Yeah.
But I think that Paul needs to earn his stripes. I love him in Normal People. Gladiator doesn't really do it for me. Yeah, he's hot. I see his body. He's hot. But other than that, he needs to worm into my heart a little bit more.
Right.
Timothy's been there for years.
And yeah, you're talking just straight like his resume.
Yeah.
Timothy's resume totally outshines Paul.
He's
and I
just
will give
so
him,
charismatic.
I will give him that. Like, he has so many other he's been working for longer. So
just a long time. And also
Yeah.
too, he just generally, Timothy is just like, he's so charismatic that his face, like he's so handsome. Like he's absolutely one of the most handsome people I've ever seen in my
There you
life.
go.
So I just love Paul, but it's Timothy for me. Timothy.
okay, well there we go. Then now we can fully end the segment that Kelly has cleared her name.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to the last topic. I think this was about 2 weeks ago. Tyler Cameron was posting screenshots on his Instagram story, conversations with his girlfriend, Tate, who is lovely.
She is very lovely.
Very lovely. And was posting conversations, and she was mad that he was going to get ice cream, and he posted this conversation on his Instagram story. And honestly, when I first saw it, I texted Fran because I was like, what is he doing? Why is he posting this? This doesn't seem like a joke, because when you get hit with the have a good night or have a fun night, that's not a joke. No. That is not a joke.
That's as serious as it gets. That's what I said to you. I said, that end of that text message is as seriously pissed as you can get.
For sure. And him hitting with the, are you kidding? You're mad again? Oh the things that would fucking do to my blood. It would be boiling out of my skin if I received a message back like that. Are you kidding? You're mad again? Oh, God, that would piss me off.
Posting that on his Instagram story was one of the bigger bonehead moves from him. And, like, I almost, you don't really want to get into other people's relationship. Mm-hmm. They have their relationships and whatnot. But in my mind, I was like, do we text him and be like, hey, friend to friend here, delete that.
Delete that and don't post about another second of it.
And then he kept posting. He kept posting about it. But then he did the whole, like, Celsius. There was the Art Basel Celsius pick, whatever it was, padel or pickleball, whatever they were playing. Tournament on Friday. And he was asked about it there. And he was like, yeah, that was a mistake. Yes, well, I'm glad you recognize that now, Tyler. That was a mistake.
A huge mistake.
And then she was pissed. Yes, of course she was.
And then he was posting the next day being like, I'm sleeping on the couch in the doghouse. I'm like, why are you airing any of this out?
Seriously.
And I gotta be honest.
And he's like, I thought it was funny. It's not funny.
And I don't find it funny when guys are like, I'm in the doghouse. No. Like, what? Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Figure the shit out.
Yep.
Like, don't post it online. I hate that shit. And now, like, you're embarrassing her for no reason. Like, there's no need to be airing out. Like, she's pissed at you.
No, that's like a personal text message that you're like
personal text
blasting to millions of people.
And honestly, yes, getting ice cream is a fun night.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And, like, also, you best believe I'm steaming mad if my boyfriend or whoever goes to get ice cream and doesn't tell me.
That right, like
he's coming back with ice cream and didn't text me to bring me back something
and didn't want to go get ice cream with me.
Yeah,
like
didn't even offer to be like, hey babe, like we're headed to Cold Stone. You want me to bring you back something? Didn't seem like he did.
No, that's offensive. That is straight up offensive.
Yep.
So I'm glad he learned his lesson, because that was a large mistake. And I hope he learned his lesson to not be sharing their fights online anymore, because there's no need for that. Like, like especially sharing personal messages.
Right.
If you want to tell a funny story, we got into a fight because I went to Cold Stone, I didn't get any, whatever. That's funny. People can relate. They'll laugh with that. When you start sharing text messages with your significant other, we got a problem.
Right before the premiere date of their big Pottery Barn holiday decor in their home.
What's this going to do for the Pottery Barn campaign?
I know. You got that date circled in the calendar. You know when that's coming out.
Clean it up.
The house looks stunning.
They've done a wonderful job together.
That house is fantastic.
She really seems like so talented.
Yeah, she totally. And Pottery Barn, all the stuff they brought in was beautiful.
Yeah,
Christmas Wonderland in there.
Right, I'm giving Tate all the credit, not to Taylor. To Tyler.
I think that's honestly fair.
Yeah, I think we should give her all the credit for that.
100% give it to Tate. She's been working around. Now she's working. Every time Tyler posts, it looks like he's filming Tate working her ass off. And
she's doing all the work. Yeah. And he's going to get ice cream. So, props to Tate.
Oh man, yeah. Well, Tyler, you learned your lesson, pal.
Yeah, learned your lesson there.
If you're feeling nervous about your holiday gift giving, you haven't done your shopping yet, well, make sure you are shopping at Macy's. They have everything you need to put together the perfect gift for your loved ones. Macy's is offering an extra 30% off top gifts, plus 15% off their best beauty brands. They have so many great gifts. You could go with matching sets, advent calendars, Nest candles, Crocs, Dry Bar travel kits, Skin Gym LED mask, stocking stuffers, Dior lip glow oil, Sony earbuds, a Smeg kettle, all those things that people love, Macy's has. You get free shipping at $25. From now until December 12th, you can get an extra 30% off top gifts plus 15% off their best beauty brands. I've done a lot of holiday shopping on Macy's. They have great gifts. I got, even if you're doing a little Secret Santa kind of party, you want to get something cute, fun, Macy's has great gifts. I love all their beauty gift boxes. They're the perfect gift. Easy, simple. You can get a perfume set, or you could go to one of your favorite makeup brands and get one of their gift box sets, maybe one that has a few mascaras in it or a few different lip glosses. So many great options. You can visit Macy's.com or use the Macy's app.
All right, let's get into the pop corner and take some of your voicemails. Let's get into it.
Hi, Rhea and Fran. This is Gianna. Just thinking about Joe Jonas's album release date being pushed back. I feel like it's going to end up just like the book that they were supposed to release. What are you guys thinking? Thanks.
Wow, so true.
There's no date. He still hasn't posted a date for the album.
So much time has passed that I forgot about it. Just like the damn book. You're right, Gianna.
It was supposed to come out in October, I think.
Him and Shawn Mendes pushed back at the same time.
October 18th. But Shawn Mendes eventually put his album out.
Joe.
Yeah.
Never living up to the promises.
And now I don't know where it is. Well, he said he had other stuff that he was doing for it. I don't really know. I hope it comes out soon because he was teasing this, and there were so many TikToks and new songs, and he was playing parts of new songs. Like, we know that an album's pretty much done. And then Nick was on social this weekend, and he posted a clip of like a new song that sounded like Nick's solo music. So I was like, what's going on here, guys? What's happening?
What if Nick
it sounded like Nick was working on solo music.
What if Nick puts out an album for Joe?
What if Nick was like, Joe, I'm putting mine up first,
and the brothers break up again?
Yeah.
No, not when he's had this they've had this ready to go for so long. It seems.
Damn.
And Nick's sounded like very Nick solo music. I can't even play it, can I? Well, it's not out yet.
Still,
you can't.
Ugh. God, that's annoying.
That might even be worse.
Right? I was gonna say.
I mean, he posted on all his social, so it's like a TikTok sound.
It's him.
Yeah, it's true. It is him.
It is his song.
It is him. Yeah. So I don't know.
Damn, that's a good. Gianna, thank you for bringing it to our attention, though.
It can't end up like the book, though. No. Like that's like a book is one thing. But a whole ass
I almost wonder,
solo album?
Is it worse that you forgot about it? Like if you're Joe Jonas, like is it worse that people forgot you had an album?
I haven't forgotten
You
about
haven't
it.
forgotten. Or do you want people like demanding like where is it?
I did forget.
No, people are in his like TikTok comments and stuff being like, where's the album? Where's the album? So I mean he talked about another guy that's like chronically online, so he totally sees everything.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. But
I know.
Damn.
Hi, Rhea and Fran. This is Lexi from Philly. I'm a big fan of the podcast and love listening to you guys. Every week, it's honestly the highlight of my morning routine.
Thank you.
I have a opinion question, not really sure what it would be, but I've been seeing a lot online that people kind of feel like Glenn Powell's being a little overdone and that he's being kind of shoved in everyone's face. And I'm curious if you think that's the case or if Glenn Powell is finally getting the love and recognition he deserves. That's how I feel because I've loved him since his days on
Scream Queens
as Chad, and he finally got his Golden Globe nomination, but I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are. Have a good one.
I will never say a bad word against that man. He deserves everything he's getting right now. And I don't think he's being shoved in. Like there was a time when there was a few movies that were all coming out like bam, 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 or it was a lot of Glenn Powell. But recently, he's been off filming another movie. Yeah. Like it's been not necessarily quiet, but like the whole Glenn Powell summer thing has sort of come and gone. But he is fantastic.
Yeah, I also think that it's not Glenn Powell's fault that he's being, pushed into people's faces when he's just booking those roles.
Yeah.
He's booked and busy.
Yeah. And they're good ones.
And who can we fault? No one to blame. Glenn Powell, he's getting that recognition and he's getting those jobs and his face is out there, and who's to complain?
I know. Not me.
I saw when he when all the lookalike stuff was happening, and I think he posted being like, whoever wins gets to be in my movie or whatever.
Yes,
people are like, no one loves being famous more than Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
And it kind of works.
And good. He's a happy guy.
You know how people comment like when with influencers and stuff and they're like, we made the right person famous?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I feel with Glenn Powell. Because let's not forget that Glenn Powell's been putting in the work for a long time. Like he's been acting for a long time. It's not like he just popped out in the last
he was in the Dark
3-4 years where like he was a teenager acting.
Right.
So he's been acting for a while. I did see like an old tweet of his resurface recently because of the Golden Globes of him and Ariana Grande from Scream Queens, which really just made me happy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just great.
Glenn Powell has been putting in so much work that he became a Scientologist to make it.
No, what? Oh, because of Tom Cruise? Yeah. Oh, God.
I'm kidding.
Don't put that energy out there for
him. Kidding.
No, he does love Tom Cruise.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who wouldn't? Like, if I worked with Tom Cruise, I'm sure.
No, 100%. If Tom Cruise loves you, who are you to not love him back?
Right. Tommy, you know?
Right. Exactly.
All right, moving on.
Exactly.
What's up, Rhea, Fran, and Noah? I just saw you guys in Boston, and it was awesome. My hot take is that I think Mimi and Em from Love Island, Australia, are kind of bitchy. I thought they were really cool until the most recent few episodes where I feel like they're being kind of cliquey and excluding some of the other girls, and it's just not really the vibe. So I'd love to get your take on that. Bye.
I have to say that I actually kind of agree.
Yeah.
I'm like was a huge Mimi fan, huge M fan. But all of a sudden, you know, yeah, there are people you're not going to click with in life, right? Like the chances of you getting along and being best friends with every single person in that house is probably slim, but you are on a show together, you are living in a house together, and it's nice to be respectful, and it's not very nice to just straight up tell people that you wouldn't be friends with them. Like,
no,
I think
for sure.
I think the line was like a little bit crossed there, and yeah, like Hannah, she can, you know, come across a certain way. But I think Kayla's been nice from what we've seen.
Kayla seems very nice. That's where I don't understand.
Like
it
seems like
Maybe
she's
it's
been
just
nice.
she's friends with Hannah.
And Hannah, you know, she is who she is. And she's herself. And I don't think she's been, you know, besides a few comments when they replayed, she hasn't been outright like so cliquey. I feel like Mimi and Em are actually more cliquey than they are. And when they keep saying that they have, that Hannah and Kayla, whatever, have a clique, I'm like, I don't know. It kind of feels the opposite. It feels like Mimi, Em, and Sophie sort of have a clique. And I think they're cool girls. So, but I do kind of agree. I was all in on them. And then the last couple episodes, I've been sort of like, yeah, they are being kind of mean, and you are living in a house together, and it's not so nice to hear. I wouldn't, even if it's true, it's not so nice to hear I wouldn't be friends with you, like, on the outside. And then they just expect everyone to move on from it. But, like, if I'm Hannah and Kayla and I hear that from someone, I'm going to be like, damn, like, that hurts to hear. Now we got to live in this house together.
Yeah, they are having their moments, for sure. But I do think that they're not really talking about what I would think is some of the real reasons, and which is like, if I was Em, I wouldn't want, like, if I'm Em and Hannah and Taylor are now together, I'm not gonna be friends with Hannah. Like, you know, like, we're kind of forgetting the Taylor aspect of it, where it's like, now they're a brand new couple, they're like all over each other, like major PDA. If I was Em, like, yeah, she likes Mercedes, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with you. Sorry, like, you kind of swooped in there and caused drama with the couple, and obviously for the best. But I think, like, deep down, I'm not gonna, like, want to be best friends with Hannah. So I just think that Mimi and Em are, like, so tight that they both feel that way about her. And I guess I think Kayla, sadly, is just like collateral damage because she's friends with Hannah, because Kayla seems to be lovely, and I don't know why they would have any issues with Kayla. But sometimes Em has some, like, outbursts that I'm like, all right, calm down, you know?
Yeah,
like,
I just think it's
some of her truth bike moments, I was like, all right, just, like, relax.
Yeah, it does feel like it's getting a bit cliquey.
Yeah, totally.
And I think they're cool girls. I I do agree with that call.
Yeah.
Hey, Rhian, Fran, and Noah. I have a hot take. I know you girls loved Wicked. I loved it, and I loved how everything was put together. This is Wicked the movie. I saw Wicked on Broadway last year in New York, and I loved it. But I just didn't think in the movie, I don't want to get dragged for this, that Ariana was as quirky or as silly as we know Glinda to be. I feel like Kristen Chenoweth was so quirky, so funny on Broadway. If you look at the clips or even if you have seen like the other actors on Broadway, I feel like Glinda is just so quirky and silly. And while Ariana had those moments, I don't know, I felt like they were kind of few and far between. I don't know, she did such a great job. Cynthia and Ariana's voices sound amazing together. But I don't know, like, let me know what you guys think. I might be crazy for this, but I don't know. I just didn't think she was as quirky and as silly as we know Glinda to be. So let me know what you guys think. I know this is a hot take, but I know that's what you guys wanted. So have a good day. Happy holidays. Talk to you later.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, I disagree. I think everybody, there's been so many different Glindas that every actress has a different interpretation of their Glinda, and some are maybe a little quirkier than others. I think Ariana's is perfect for the big screen. I tend to think that sometimes like those quirky theatrical Broadway moments work so well on stage, and sometimes they don't translate as much to like an actual big budget film, like when they turned it into this movie. And that not that they need to be like compressed, but you're just making the movie for a much bigger audience. And I felt like she kept all of Glinda's charm without really tainting it at all. And yes, like maybe the Broadway Glinda does have like but it's just like that's just more Broadway to me. Like everything's more theatrical when you're on stage, and so is even Elphaba is way more theatrical on stage. You go see the Broadway production. The movie production is just gonna be different.
Yeah, that is most of the time the case. The difference between theater and on screen work is that they're always told to peel back a little bit on screen, because when you're watching on a big screen, little emotions can be picked up so much bigger.
Yeah.
Rather than when you're watching on a stage from afar, you have to be bigger so that the audience can pick it up. So I feel like peeling back a little bit was probably, and you're right, there has been so many different versions, so I don't even know really if this is considered peel back. I have not seen Wicked, the play on Broadway, in years, like a very long time, so it's hard for me to make that comparison. But I think, it depends on which Glinda that you really like. But I think if Ariana Grande was to go over, then she would be overacting, and it wouldn't feel, and we know Wicked
people would have been like, oh, so cheesy, this is corny, like
overacting. And even though Wicked, it is all a fictional world. I think even the part of John Chu talking about why the coloring was a certain way was because you want to buy into it. So like you kind of, even though Glinda has her quirks, you kind of buy into her as a person, because it's not so absurd that you think no one would ever act this way. You kind of buy into the way of how she acts as a person. So yeah, I agree.
Hi, Ray and Fran. This is Jill from Columbus. And my hottest take is that The Holiday is not a good movie. I don't know why everyone keeps saying it is. Everyone keeps telling me I should watch it. And every time The Holiday rolls around, I just don't like it. Jack Black is the best part of that movie. And Cameron Diaz, her acting is okay. And it's not my favorite, and I don't think it's a great Christmas movie. So would love to hear what you guys think. Love the pod. Thanks. Bye.
Well, Jill,
if there's anything I love, it's a hot take like that.
Stab in the fucking heart.
I've actually only seen The Holiday, I think, once or twice. So, and I do remember the times that I watched it. I did really like it. But I love when someone comes in with a hot, fresh take like that. You know what I mean? It's like they really just don't like the movie, and I can respect that.
Well, Jill, I sometimes feel that when people this is to me like not when you go on the defense, and sometimes I'm like, sometimes people look for things not to like in a universally liked thing. And I wonder if you're feeling that way about this movie, because what's not to love about this movie? It's a great movie. It is. And she said Jack Black's performance is the best. He is great in that movie, but Kate Winslet's fantastic in that movie.
Old guy.
Yes, he's amazing. I mean, he's amazing. Jude Law, come on.
It's a classic.
Mr. Napkinhead.
It's a classic.
It's funny because we had another voicemail submitted on the same day, and it was basically the opposite, where it was saying like
the best movie.
No, not the best movie, but like that she hated Jack Black.
That she. Well, I've actually seen so many TikToks.
I love that take.
I see a lot of TikToks of people being like, "I love The Holiday and I hate Jack Black."
How could you not like Jack Black?
I don't know. Jack Black's the least hateable person out there.
And in life, you think he's the least hateable person?
Maybe not. Like I'm talking about like in
his
this
movie roles.
In this movie, his character's like lovely. How could you not like him?
His role is fantastic. Poor guy gets cheated on.
Yeah, and he's just like he's so nice to the older people.
Yeah. Oh my God, he makes a whole jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's really nothing to not like about him. Not.
He's just maybe like Jim Carrey for me, where it's like there's something about him I just don't like it.
Yeah,
I'm with you with the Jim. I've always like held that take inside, but you said it the other day, and I'm with you with the Jim Carrey. Like Jim Carrey for me,
nothing about him like. No interview, no podcast, no movie.
Nothing.
Like, have I ever seen The Truman Show? Is maybe the closest thing that I'm like, I like this.
The Grinch.
Yeah, I'm just like, there's something about him I just don't like it.
That's
his comedy is very facial expressions and things like that. Yeah.
Look, The Holiday is a must-watch for me every Christmas season. So
speaking of Christmas movies,
Joe and I have like a holiday night. Date night revolves solely around the holiday.
And Jill is not invited.
No. Nope.
Did you see who was the actor or actress who from the Love Actually movie that recently was like, yeah, that scene was creepy. The card scene, because I think someone in the movie said that. I keep seeing this now coming up, and more people are coming.
Probably Hugh Grant. No, Hugh Grant's been doing so much press.
More and more people are starting to be like, yeah, that was weird. And
I think it was Hugh Grant.
The more I think about it, I'm like, yeah. Like, if you're just thinking about, like, in reality, like, yeah, that's really weird.
I think every year people talk about Love Actually in a sense that they're like, and I think when now that the younger generation watches Love Actually, like, their take on it is, like, a lot of these storylines are actually pretty creepy. Not creepy,
oh, no,
like they're not like as, Keira Knightley said it?
Yeah.
Well, she's in it. That's her storyline, too.
And she said she told the director on set that the cue card scene was creepy.
Yeah, look, you can't blame her for that. She's literally married to this guy's best friend. He shows up and like professes his love. The guy's in the other room.
I think she also said like people forget that she was 17 when she filmed that, which is also kind of
crazy.
Weird.
And she like runs out and like gives him a kiss. Like you're like, oh,
right,
yeah.
Hi, Rhea, Fran, and Noah. This is Lily from Pittsburgh. I am calling to ask if you guys have a favorite pasta shape. This is a question that I ask a lot of my friends. Everyone has a really different opinionated answer, which I think is awesome, and I thought you guys would have to have a favorite too. My favorite is rigatoni. My least favorite is cavatappi or a wagon wheel. Oh, and also Young and Hungry, you can stream for free on the ABC app. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks for that little parting tip.
Oh my God, great.
So this is a multi-layer question because the vessel really depends on what sauce you're serving it in.
Yeah.
You know? Like I love a rigatoni. And like I love a spaghetti, but like I would much rather have a spaghetti limone or something like a little like lighter with my spaghetti than like a rigatoni. Give me with like a bolognese, like a meat sauce, like something that's a little heavier. You get the big rigatoni, you can scoop up the sauce more and get those good bites. So I feel like it depends on what dish it is.
I totally agree. I mean, rigatoni is just a classic, obviously. I have an unconventional answer.
Yeah.
Tortellini. Or ravioli is really, but I don't know if people consider those pasta shapes because they're filled with cheese, they're filled with other components.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
I don't see tortellini on this types of pasta.
I like a farfalle.
Yeah, it's
bow tie.
Yeah, I like that.
It's hit or miss sometimes if people consider tortellini a pasta shape. I fucking love tortellini. I will eat tortellini anything besides, like, I'm not going to eat a red sauce with tortellini. Yeah. That would be absurd. Usually I'm going spaghetti with red sauce, always, in my opinion. But tortellini, I really love tortellini. Now, if I'm taking tortellini out of it, I love a pappardelle. I love a good pappardelle.
Like a homemade pappardelle.
A pappardelle with bolognese and some ricotta on top is a really beautiful dish to me. I love a pappardelle.
Is penne just too like basic?
I think you're a fool if you go penne over rigatoni.
Totally.
Because why are you gonna go penne if you can go rigatoni?
What's like the main difference?
I like a rigatoni's so
bigger.
Much better. It's bigger, it's wider,
bigger, it's thick, it holds more sauce, it holds more to it.
It's a little bit of a different, like, penne, I don't know.
Honestly, my favorite sauce is a vodka sauce. I love anything with vodka sauce. My number one sauce is vodka sauce. So you really put any pasta with vodka sauce and I'm eating it.
Yeah.
But I would prefer rigatoni. I sometimes make tortellini vodka though. I'll make raviolis with vodka sauce. I love
jumbo shells. That's on here too.
Oh, shells, stuffed shell. Well, stuffed shell. I love a stuffed shell, but that you're not throwing into a bowl with sauce in it or a plate with sauce. A stuffed shell, you're putting 1 or 2 on your plate.
I'll like a fusilli and pesto. I love. Fusilli is probably not super high on my list. I'd actually probably put farfalle before.
I like a fusilli. I mean, when you get into stuffed shell territory, then you're getting into monogote as well.
Yeah.
And now we're just getting into things that may not be considered pasta.
Right.
Where I'm looking for things that I could shove cheese in at this point.
We went to dinner Friday, and it was a pasta place in Minneapolis, and I was served, so I did have a glass of wine with my meal, which really was a difference maker. But I ordered this, like, it was a agnolotti, which I've never really had.
Oh, I love.
But because it's like not on a lot of menus.
Yes.
And it was a stuffed with short rib and polenta.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. It was insane. It was so good.
Any pasta that can be stuffed,
yeah.
I'm on board with.
Yep.
I like my
so
pasta
fair.
to have like good substance in it.
I think, like, not to just completely agree, but if I were to go number one, I think I have to go rigatoni. Even a mezza rigatoni, I love the little rigatonis.
Listen, no shame in loving rigatoni when it's the top choice. How could you?
I agree.
But let's give it up for some pappardelle as well. I like
Hi,
angel.
Fran.
Let me just sorry to keep going about the pastas. I also love a light angel hair too with a light sauce.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
you're
It just
going really
depends on
light,
the sauce.
I love it. Like, just something like it's really light.
A linguine and clams,
or maybe you're making a shrimp scampi.
Yeah,
and you do with like a little angel hair.
Yeah. Oh, a shrimp scampi with angel hair?
And like linguine, you can go linguine, but maybe if you want it real light, and you go an angel hair.
Yep.
Yep. I'm making shrimp scampi for Christmas Eve. I haven't decided if I'm going to go linguine or angel. Angel hair might be a little too thin, but sometimes if the sauce is light, if the sauce is light enough for an angel hair, and you got the big shrimps, it might just be perfect.
I normally support a thicker pasta with a scampi.
Listen, it's whatever you like.
Yeah, it is.
And I can make whatever my mind puts, I can do whatever I put my brain to. So if I want to do angel hair, I could also do angel hair. Really, the options are endless.
Hi, Rhea and Fran. This is Michelle from Austin, Texas. This isn't really a hot take, but I was just curious if y'all could host any of the Bravo reunions. Which show would you pick and why? Love y'all.
That's a good question.
It is. I kind of venture away from the Housewives a little, but at the same time, I'm like, would that be... Like, I kind of fall into, like, Summer House Southern Charm territory would probably be the ones that I would want to do. But at the same time, like, Beverly Hills would also be great. Or like Salt Lake City. I'm loving Salt Lake City.
If we can get one more Vanderpump Rules reunion, I'd want to host that. If we can get all of them in the room one more time.
Yeah.
And
I'm already kind of like eliminating Vanderpump now that it's changing.
But if we can just do one more.
Yeah. Even if we could do one more, I still think that wouldn't be my
Jersey
choice.
I would do one more of Jersey too. Get Melissa and Teresa in the same room. Let's duel it out, ladies.
Yeah.
You got one Italian sitting in the middle of other Italians. Let's duel it out.
Yeah. You see Melissa just launched her own sprinkle cookies?
They did.
Yeah.
That's called marketing.
Yep.
And did you see Teresa do a video with Gabriella talking about how to make her cookies?
No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh.
The battle of the cookies. It's that time of the year.
It's really endless. Yeah, no, I think I would probably lean towards Summer House Southern Charm.
Fair answer.
Yeah.
Fair answer.
Yeah.
All right, I think that wraps up the questions. Good questions this week. Let's keep them coming.
Yeah,
keep them coming for next week. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys. Don't forget to keep tuning in to Surviving Barstool, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on all platforms. It'll be on the Barstool YouTube. You can catch it there. So make sure you tune in. We love you guys so very much, and we'll talk to you on Friday.